This is Hino's Sport, bringing you the heat and far. We keeping a foot on the wood on the necks. We keeping a foot on the wood on the necks. And like the Tibetan Mastiff that I am, I'm applying what? Unlimited pressure. This pressure does what? It bursts his pipes. Let's talk about it, man. The Ldbc, they have a fundamental problem. The fundamental problem that the Ldbc has is as simple as this. You guys just saw today, and the prediction keeps striking. Hino's Sport keeps telling you guys, man. This is why Hino's Sport is a standard bearer, man. This is why he's a trendsetter. This is why he's a global iconizer. This is why Hino's Sport is what he is, man. A staple, a hope, a Robin Hood of fucking YouTube, man. Because I done told you guys, these black fighters want to get and corral around one another. Jermall Charlo and Devin Haney, they were just shooting and chopping the breeze, man. As if they don't got no issues. You see, the fighters don't have a fucking issue. The issue is these black community fan bases that are trying to pit these black fighters against one another. Jermall Charlo and Devin Haney just had a conversation. One is a PBCer. See, they say PBC fighters, they got issues. One is with Matchroom Sports. I mean, shit, they were even shooting the breeze about Floyd Money Mayweather. See, this is what you expect from Mexican community fan bases. This is what you expect from European community fan bases. This is what you expect from UK boxing fan bases. But black community fan bases, it's because what has happened is you got a whole bunch of black people that have taken their stigma of being fucking black and divided and has protruded this bullshit and this fuck shit onto fucking boxing. Black people can't even fucking get along when it comes to sports. This is a fucking issue, man. It's surreal because sports, if there's anything that brings people together, it's two fucking things. It's sports and fucking music, man. Let me say it again. Sports and fucking music. And there's an argument that fucking can, but you know, everybody ain't fucking, so yeah, it don't really bring everybody together. It just brings those together that actually fucking do it. But sports and music, because they are synonymous with one another, they're universal. You don't see sports and music not played together. You don't see the aspect of it because it's entertainment nevertheless. You would think this would creep into the black community fan bases, but it doesn't, man. So the systemic issue is an issue that the Ldbc has issued out. And see, people think Hino's Sport is Ldbc. Oh, Hino's Sport is never fucking Ldbc. I was never Ldbc. I never enlisted as a fucking member. So stop saying that I'm Ldbc. Stop saying that I'm a Alaska chapter. Stop fucking even mentioning me and them on the same breath. You guys can see the difference between the quality of Hino's Sport and their bullshit and fuck shit quantity, man. Let me say it again. You guys can see the quality of Hino's Sport and their bullshit and their fuck shit quantity. Hino's Sport has been an independent contractor from day one. Notice Hino's Sport never said that he was an Ldbc Mike. He never enlisted with the Ldbc. There were Ldbc members that seeked out Hino's Sport. Because Hino's Sport don't seek no motherfucker out. There was motherfuckers that wanted to say, hey, keep the foot on the necks, blah, 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 blah. But Hino's Sport never kissed nobody's fucking ass. And I dare a motherfucker out to pull out a receipt. Because you know the receipt they're going to pull out? It's going to be called party and bullshit. And party and bullshit. Party and bullshit. And party and bullshit. Bullshit but gets fucked shit. And bullshit but gets fucked shit. Bullshit but gets fuck shit. And bullshit but gets fuck shit. Because it's bullshit and fuck shit at its truest and its most properest levels. Because remember, like Meek Mill say, there's levels to this shit, dog. There's gears. And the levels and the gears are as simple as this. These are the folks that are trying to pin black fighters against one another. It was so refreshing after Hino's Sport dropped the napalm the other day about the Ldbc. Look what happened. This is why Hino's Sport is a seer mode, man. This is why he operates in Sun Tzu, aka Art of War. 7 steps ahead of the game, 48 laws of power on that ass. Because what you guys saw was two brothers able to do what these so-called black community fan bases couldn't fucking do, which is get along, shoot the breeze, talk their shit, and chop it fucking up. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat true teller fashion. See, the problem with these black community fan bases, they don't know how to chop shit up, man. They don't know how to get along. They don't know how to do anything to showcase anything of togetherness. And you know why? It's because you have a lot of pure fucking beta supreme males, man. These are not men. These are males. See, there's a difference between men and males. And I'm going to explain the difference. I'm going to explain the delineation. And I'm going to explain the gulf and the separation of the aspect. Enos the Sport is a man. These motherfuckers are what we call man-child. They're giving you a similitude of being a male, but they're lacking the fullness thereof. When you hate on other men, you are not a fucking man. When you sit here and have haterisms and trollisms in your body, you are not a fucking man. You are a similitude of that, but you lack the fullness thereof that's associated with being that. Because to be a man, that means that you have to carry the mantle. You have to carry the unction. You have to carry the ability to not fucking hate. But these motherfuckers hate so much to the point to where they don't know how to change that up. They don't know how to delineate that. They don't know how to distinct that. They don't know how to gulf it. They don't know how to separate. It's because of fatherlessness. It's because of the lack of a father in the home or a father figure. Because to be an alpha, you have to be first taught by another alpha how to become a fucking alpha. Go watch the movie Alpha. Go watch the lessons that the dad gave the son. And how when he was separated from the dad, he remembered those lessons that the dad taught him on what it takes to be an alpha. The lineage of being an alpha. What an alpha lifeline is all about. It's about buzzing in your fucking testosterone. Not just having testosterone, having that motherfucker that's buzzing. Sperm buzzing. Not just having facial hair, but being what you are, a fucking man. This is the problem. And these so-called black community fan bases have this issue in abundance, man. I was laughing when I saw Jermall Charlo and Devin Haney chopping it up and shooting the breeze together. Because what Enos the Sport told you from day one is exactly what the fuck it is, man. That these motherfuckers don't got a problem with one another. These motherfuckers ain't got no issues. The issue is other motherfuckers, we call them niggas, because that's what they on, some nigga shit. And these niggas that's on nigga shit, they want to be fucking niggas. Because there's a difference between being an Afro-American. There's a difference between being a Negro, and there's a difference between being a fucking nigga. And that's what you got with a lot of these Ldbc mites. Damn near almost all of them, if not all of them, are fucking niggas that's on that nigga shit, man. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat true teller fashion. You know how many people always say, well, he knows the sport. You see the Charlos and Devin Haney. I leave that to Rudy Poo and Plum Plum Brains. I leave that to classic Dolce and Troglodytes. I leave that to ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. But men with purpose, confidence, and an abundance mindset, true alpha extraordinaires governed by true alpha economics, alpha males, guys that give you the similitude of that which is the alpha lineage, cannot fucking hate on men like them. They're supposed to congratulate. And if you're not doing that, then you're a fucking beta. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat true teller fashion. It was surreal. It was good. But it was an prediction, King Strikes. And a prediction, King Strikes again. That Enos the Sport told you motherfuckers that this is what these guys were going to do. That these guys weren't going to go by the bullshit and fuck shit. Now you guys see why these motherfucking fighters don't want to do interviews with these so-called black community fan bases. Because they know they on that bullshit and that fucking fuck shit. So what's not cold-hearted about that? What's not unadulterated about that? And what's not the cutthroat true teller fashion that's associated with that? So when it's all said and done, it was a silver lining. It was a beautiful thing. But it was also a great thing to see two brothers that they made seem as if they were on the opposite side of the fence, one PBC and the other one Matchroom Sports, get together, chop it up, shoot the breeze. Don't showcase jealousy and envy, but also showcase nothing but pure love for their brethren. Because that's what it all boils down to, man. Showing love. But I get it. You got a lot of these men giving you the similitude of men, but are really fucking man-childs that don't have a father figure, don't have a father personality, or don't have a father in the fucking home. So because of that, they lack the early childhood primitive ways of what it takes to have the prerequisite of being a fucking alpha. But Hino Sport can father you, man. Because Hino Sport is a father figure, man. Hino Sport is a father personality. And Hino Sport has what is the prerequisite of being the pristine forefather of being an alpha. Because he's an alpha of alphas. He's a true alpha extraordinaire governed by true alpha economics. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat two-color fashion. Jermall Charlo, you get the biggest salute of the fucking day. Devin Haney, you get the biggest salute of the fucking day. And Hino Sport, that's bringing you that what? That heat and that fart. And keeping the foot on the what? On the X. And keeping the foot on the what? On the X. And like the Tibetan mastership that he is, he's applying what? Immediate pressure. Because pressure does what? He bursts his pipes. You get the ultimate salute of the fucking day. For not only being a prediction king, strikes again artist in fashion, but also seeing this bullshit and this fuck shit a mile away for what it is. This is Hino Sport. Check it.